What if I told you that you could turn 1 pound of dry beans into 8 pounds of fresh food in just 3 days? No soil, no sunlight, no electricity, no gardening experience. Just water and a jar. This is not a fantasy. This is sprouting technology that humans have used for thousands of years that modern preppers have completely forgotten. While everyone else waits 3 months for tomatoes, you're eating fresh protein-rich food before the week ends. This is just one of 9 indoor crops that will become more valuable than gold when the grid fails. Some grow in total darkness. Some regrow infinitely from scraps. Some produce 40 times more nutrition than their adult versions. These 9 crops turn any apartment, basement, or closet into a year-round food production system. The preppers growing these right now will feed their families fresh food indefinitely. Everyone else will watch their stored food run out. Number 1. Sprouts. Sprouts are the fastest food production system on planet Earth and the entry point for every serious indoor food operation. You take 1 pound of dry mung beans or lentils that cost $3 at any grocery store and transform them into 6 to 8 pounds of fresh edible food within 72 hours. No soil required, no light required, no electricity required. Just a mason jar, some water, and the knowledge to rinse twice daily. The process is almost embarrassingly simple. Soak your beans overnight in room temperature water. Drain them the next morning. Rinse them twice per day for 3 days. Watch them explode with life as tiny tails emerge and grow longer each time you check. By day 3, you have pounds of crunchy protein-rich sprouts ready to eat raw or add to any meal. The nutrition profile makes sprouts invaluable during grid-down scenarios. They contain protein that your stored rice and beans lack in bioavailable form. They contain vitamin C that prevents scurvy when fresh produce disappears. They contain enzymes that aid digestion when your gut struggles with monotonous survival food. Mung beans, lentils, chickpeas, alfalfa, and broccoli seeds all sprout beautifully with identical methods. 1 pound of dry sprouting seeds stored properly lasts years and produces enough fresh food to supplement meals for weeks. Store 50 pounds of mixed sprouting seeds in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, and you have a perpetual fresh food system that activates in 24 hours whenever you need it. This is the 3-day food factory that every prepper needs operating before the grid goes down. Number TWO microgreens. Microgreens take sprouting to the next level by producing baby plants so nutrient-dense they make full-grown vegetables look nutritionally worthless by comparison. Scientific studies confirm that microgreens contain up to 40 times more vitamins and minerals than their adult counterparts. 40 times more nutrition in a plant you harvest in 7 to 14 days instead of waiting 3 months. This is not marketing hype. This is peer-reviewed research that changes everything about indoor food production. Growing microgreens requires slightly more setup than sprouts, but remains accessible to complete beginners. You need shallow trays, an inch of potting soil or growing medium, seeds, and access to a windowsill or any light source for a few hours daily. Sprinkle seeds densely across the moist soil. Cover for 3 days until germination, uncover and place near light. Harvest when the first true leaves appear by cutting just above soil level with scissors. The entire process fits on a kitchen counter or windowsill. Sunflower microgreens taste like fresh sunflower seeds with incredible crunch. Radish microgreens deliver spicy flavor that transforms bland survival meals. Pea shoot microgreens provide sweet, fresh taste that children actually enjoy eating. Broccoli microgreens contain concentrated sulforaphane that supports immune function when medical care becomes unavailable. The trade value of fresh microgreens during extended grid-down scenarios cannot be overstated. When everyone else eats brown and beige-stored food, you produce vibrant green nutrition that people will trade significant resources to obtain. 1 packet of microgreen seeds costing $5 produces dozens of harvests. This is nutrition multiplication that every indoor food system requires. Number 3, mushrooms. Mushrooms give you something no other food crop can provide. The ability to produce fresh protein-rich food in complete darkness using materials most people throw away as garbage. While every other crop needs at least sunlight, mushrooms actually prefer the dark corners of your home that seem useless for food production. Closets become mushroom farms, basements become protein factories. Any space maintaining temperatures between 55 and 75 degrees becomes productive growing area. Oyster mushrooms are the gateway variety for beginners because they forgive almost every mistake new growers make. They grow on cardboard, coffee grounds, straw, paper, wood chips, and dozens of other waste materials. You can order ready-to-fruit mushroom blocks online that produce multiple harvests with nothing more than daily misting and patience. Within 2 to 4 weeks, you harvest pounds of fresh mushrooms that taste better than anything from grocery stores. The nutritional profile fills critical gaps in survival diets. Mushrooms provide protein when meat becomes unavailable. They provide vitamin D when sunlight exposure decreases. They provide B vitamins that support energy and mental function during high-stress scenarios. Oyster mushrooms, shiitake, and lion's mane all grow indoors with similar methods. Once you understand the basics, you can inoculate your own growing medium using mushroom spawn and produce harvests indefinitely without purchasing new blocks. The initial learning curve is minimal and the payoff is substantial. Mushrooms transform darkness from disadvantage into your greatest food production asset when the grid fails. Number for green onions. Green onions represent the closest thing to infinite food that exists in nature, and most people throw away the part that makes this magic happen. Every time you buy green onions from the grocery store, you purchase a lifetime supply without realizing it. That 1-inch root section you cut off and toss in the trash contains everything needed to regrow full green onions repeatedly forever. The method is almost too simple to believe until you try it yourself. Cut your green onions, leaving 1 inch of the white bulb with roots attached. Place these root sections in a glass of water on your windowsill. Change the water every few days. Watch the green shoots emerge and grow several inches within 1 week. Cut the greens for cooking and then let them regrow again. This cycle continues indefinitely from a single grocery store purchase. The flavor value during grid-down scenarios makes green onions priceless. After weeks of eating bland stored food, people crave anything with fresh flavor. Green onions transform boring rice into actual cuisine. They make canned soup taste homemade. They provide that fresh bite that reminds people what real food should taste like. Eventually, you can transfer your water-grown onions into soil for even faster production and larger harvests. 1 small container of soil produces more green onions than a family can consume. The seeds store for years and grow easily for those who want to scale up production. Green onions eliminate the concept of running out because they simply refuse to stop producing. Number 5. Garlic greens. Garlic greens turn a single clove from your kitchen into an endless supply of one of the most powerful medicinal foods humans have ever discovered. Most people only know garlic as the bulb they buy at grocery stores. They completely overlook garlic greens, which are the tender shoots that grow from planted or water-rooted cloves. These greens deliver concentrated garlic flavor perfect for cooking, plus medicinal compounds that become critically important when pharmacies close permanently. Growing garlic greens requires nothing more than garlic cloves you already have in your kitchen. Place cloves in a shallow dish of water with the pointed end facing up. Position on a windowsill with minimal light. Watch green shoots emerge within days and grow several inches within 2 weeks. Cut the greens and let them regrow multiple times before the clove exhausts itself. Planting cloves in soil produces even more vigorous growth that continues for months. The medicinal value of garlic during collapse scenarios cannot be overstated. Garlic contains allicin, which functions as a natural antibiotic effective against many common infections. Garlic supports immune function when your body fights illness without medical support. Garlic has antiviral properties documented in numerous scientific studies. Garlic provides antifungal benefits for skin conditions and digestive issues. When pharmacies empty and doctors become unavailable, fresh garlic becomes your frontline medicine cabinet. Grow garlic greens continuously and you maintain access to natural medicine that humanity relied upon for thousands of years before modern pharmaceuticals existed. Number 6. Lettuce and leafy greens. Lettuce and leafy greens provide the fresh vitamins that your survival food stockpile fundamentally cannot deliver regardless of how much you store. Your body cannot store vitamin C beyond a few weeks. Without continuous fresh intake, you develop scurvy, which killed more sailors throughout history than all naval combat combined. Your stored rice, beans, and freeze-dried meals contain zero meaningful vitamin C. After 90 days of grid-down survival, without fresh greens, your gums bleed, wounds stop healing, and your immune system begins failing. Lettuce and leafy greens prevent this death sentence entirely. Growing greens indoors requires minimal light compared to fruiting crops like tomatoes or peppers. A bright windowsill provides enough light for loose-leaf lettuce varieties, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. For 2 6 hours of indirect sunlight keeps these plants producing continuously. The cut-and-come-again harvesting method maximizes production from every plant. Instead of harvesting entire heads, you cut outer leaves while allowing the center to continue growing. One plant produces multiple harvests over several months before eventually going to seed. Lettuce grows from seed to first harvest in approximately 30 days. Spinach and kale tolerate even lower light conditions and cooler temperatures, making them ideal for basement or garage growing during winter. The nutritional density of fresh greens justifies every square foot of growing space you dedicate to them. This is survival nutrition that no amount of stored food can replace. Number 7. Herbs. Herbs transform your indoor food operation from basic survival into sustainable abundance by providing medicinal value, trade value, and the psychological benefit of food that actually tastes worth eating. Fresh herbs turn monotonous stored food into meals people look forward to eating. This psychological impact matters enormously during extended crisis scenarios when morale determines survival outcomes. Basil, oregano, and mint represent the essential trio that every indoor herb garden needs. Basil provides antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties documented in traditional medicine across multiple cultures. Oregano contains carvacrol and thymol, which function as powerful natural antibiotics. Oil of oregano has been used medicinally for centuries to fight infections when conventional medicine was unavailable. Mint aids digestion, relieves nausea, eases headaches, and provides one of the most recognizable flavors that makes any food more enjoyable. Growing herbs indoors requires moderate light from a sunny window or basic supplemental lighting. They grow continuously for years when properly maintained, unlike annual vegetables that produce once and die. One basil plant provides dozens of harvests before eventually needing replacement. Mint spreads so aggressively that one plant becomes more than any family needs. Oregano and thyme become small perennial shrubs that produce indefinitely. The trade value of fresh herbs during grid-down scenarios rivals their medicinal value. When everyone else eats flavorless survival food, you possess the ingredients that make eating enjoyable again. Herbs weigh nothing, store as dried backup, and multiply your survival capability far beyond their small growing footprint. Number 8. IGHT radishes. Radishes hold the title of fastest full vegetable crop on Earth and prove to skeptics that your indoor garden actually produces real food in unbelievable timeframes. From seed to harvest, radishes deliver in 25 to 30 days. Less than 1 month from planting, you pull actual vegetables from soil, while other crops are barely establishing roots. This speed provides psychological value that experienced preppers understand completely. Seeing tangible food production results maintains hope and motivation during extended crisis scenarios. Radishes prove your system works when doubts creep in. Growing radishes indoors requires modest light and basic containers with drainage holes. For 2 6 hours of light from a window or simple grow bulb keeps radishes producing continuously. Plant seeds directly into potting soil 1 inch apart. Thin seedlings if needed once they sprout. Keep soil consistently moist, but not waterlogged. Harvest when radish tops push above soil surface, revealing their red or white shoulders. The entire plant is edible, which most people never realize. Radish roots provide spicy crunch and satisfying texture. Radish greens deliver nutritional value similar to other leafy greens and taste excellent sauté or added to soups. Succession planting means harvesting radishes weekly by starting new seeds every 7 days. This creates a perpetual radish pipeline where something is always ready to harvest. Radishes store their genetic material in seeds that remain viable for years. A few seed packets provide years of food production capability for minimal investment. Number nine potatoes. Potatoes complete your indoor food operation by delivering the one thing no other indoor crop can match: caloric density that actually sustains human life through extended grid-down scenarios. 1 pound of potatoes contains approximately 770 calories. One 5-gallon bucket properly planted produces 5 to 10 pounds of potatoes. That single bucket generates up to 7,700 calories of life-sustaining energy from a space smaller than a dinner table. No other indoor crop approaches this caloric return on space invested. Growing potatoes in containers requires understanding the hilling technique that multiplies your harvest dramatically. Start with 4 inches of soil at the bottom of a bucket or grow bag. Place seed potato pieces with eyes facing up on the soil layer. Cover with 4 more inches of soil. When green shoots emerge and grow 6 inches tall, cover all but the top leaves with additional soil. Repeat this hilling process until the container is full. Each buried stem section produces additional potatoes along its length. Harvest occurs when the plant flowers and foliage dies back approximately 70 to 120 days after planting. The storage capability of potatoes extends their value beyond fresh eating. Properly cured potatoes store for months in cool, dark conditions. This means full harvests provide food through entire winters without refrigeration or electricity. Potatoes also provide seed stock for future planting, since any potato with eyes can grow new plants. One successful container harvest provides seed potatoes for next season, eliminating the need for external seed purchases. This is closed-loop food production that sustains families indefinitely. You now possess complete knowledge of 9 indoor food crops that will become more valuable than gold when the grid fails and grocery stores close permanently. These 9 crops require no backyard, no expensive equipment, and many need no electricity or sunlight whatsoever. Sprouts transform dry beans into fresh food within 72 hours using nothing but water and a jar. Microgreens deliver 40 times more nutrition than full-grown vegetables in under 2 weeks. Mushrooms convert your darkest closets into protein production facilities. Green onions and garlic greens regrow infinitely from kitchen scraps you currently throw away. Lettuce and leafy greens prevent the scurvy that killed more people throughout history than most realize. Herbs provide medicine and flavor that make survival actually sustainable. Radishes prove your garden works by delivering full vegetables in under 30 days. Potatoes generate thousands of calories from single buckets of soil. Start with sprouts this week because they require nothing but a jar and some beans. Add microgreens next month when you see how simple indoor food production actually is. Build your mushroom operation when you trust your growing abilities. Expand into greens and herbs as space allows. Position container potatoes wherever light reaches. Every crop you add multiplies your survival capability exponentially. The preppers who establish these 9 indoor crops before the grid fails will feed their families fresh, nutritious food indefinitely. Everyone else will watch their stored supplies dwindle while wondering why they never started growing when they had the chance. That chance is right now. The time to build your indoor food factory is today.